Toy Manufacturer, Part 1. In order to get a feel for the operations of a firm and all the information produced, let's look at the first 4 months of operations of a toy manufacturer making Chinese snakes. Here is a Chinese snake. It's a small wooden toy made of wood plates glued with tape. You can manipulate that and make figures. The business model, to use a big word, of the manufacturer will be this. The manufacturer will buy raw materials, make the toys, and sell them himself to retailers, wholesalers, and occasional private individuals. So we shall look at 18 steps over 4 months. Step number 1 is we gather money, because we shall have many expenditures for several weeks before we have revenues. So we gather 50,000 euros, coming for 10,000 from our own savings, 20,000 from love money, that is money given or lent by the family, and 20,000 from friends, either as loans or as participation as partners. Step number 2, we open a bank account in the name of the firm. It's mandatory, and otherwise it would lead to confusion between our own money and the money of the firm. So 50,000 euros that we gathered goes to the bank account of the firm, and we, as the founder and also the future manager, we have the signature on the checks for the checkbook of the bank. Then we rent premises, 5,000 euros for 6 months paid in advance. Then we take care of human resources. Aside from ourselves, who will be the manager, we hire 2 people, a manufacturing person and a salesperson. Each of us will cost 2,000 euros per month, and that's salary plus charges, also called fringes, that is social security payments, retirement payments and stuff like that. Step number 5, we acquire office equipment, a table, a file cabinet, a computer, 3,000 euros. We purchase a used van, 4,000 euros. We purchase production equipment, namely a mechanical saw, 2,000 euros. We buy raw materials in order to start production. That is wood, tape, glue, 2,000 euros. At the bank, we are at 34,000 euros now. We have spent already 16,000. Keep on. The manufacturing employee begins to make toys, and the salesperson begins prospect calls. That's not an accounting piece of information, but it's important to note. End of month 1. Well, we pay the 6,000 euros of salaries. We also have money for the phone, 1,000 euros, and for gasoline and hotel, 1,000 euros. That's 8,000. Altogether, at the bank, we are down to 26,000. End of month 2. Well, the same 6,000 euros plus the sum of these expenditures, plus electricity, plus perhaps some maintenance in the workshop. Suppose we spend 10,000 euros at the bank. We are down at 16,000 euros. Step number 12. We observe that we have 20% wood waste. That is essentially from our planks, 80% of the wood ends up in the toys and 20% ends up in a waste basket. This measurement is somewhat artificial because perhaps it's absolutely necessary to waste some wood in order to make the toys when they are more complicated than Chinese snakes. But at any rate, a competitor that would have a lower wood waste would be more competitive. This piece of information does not belong to general accounting, but it belongs to another management information system about efficiency, productivity, and things like that. Another piece of information relating to productivity is this. The manufacturing person makes 50 toys per day, which is the same as 1,000 toys per month, because he or she will work roughly 20 days per month. And the salesperson makes 2 calls per day. There again, it's not a piece of information that belongs to the general accounting, but it belongs to other management information systems and are quite important to monitor by the management. End of month 3. Great news. What is a great news in a firm? It's a sale. Sale to Carrefour, a large chain of hypermarkets in France. Carrefour orders 2,000 toys from us. The final shelf price will be at Carrefour 20 euros per toy, but we sell them to Carrefour 10 euros per toy, so it's a sale of 20,000 euros. We celebrate in a restaurant 100 euros. Well, that's not real money that we get right away. First of all, Carrefour will pay us in 45 days. In the meantime, we have a draft from Carrefour, a bill promising to pay, also called an IOU, of 20,000 euros. And let's finish up the first part of this description. End of month 3 again. Well, we have to pay the 6,000 euros of salaries and charges and various expenditures to make the numbers round up. Since we spent 100 euros at the restaurant, let's suppose that we spent another 2,900 euros in various expenses. And on top of that, we ship the 2,000 toys to Carrefour. They no longer belong to us. In the sequence, the next lesson, we shall see, first of all, a recap of where we stand right now in the firm, and we shall see the last steps.